Hey, look, a rock. What's poppin', people? It's Dante, just getting my morning started here, and I'm thinking today about treating the world like a video game. You remember Zelda? You would pick up the rocks and you would smash the boulders and get rupees. You could go on quests and adventures. There was so much terrain to explore in Hyrule, riding your horse and going through different worlds. You know, there's something to be said about this notion of play and treating life like a video game, especially in the context of street photography, where our camera is like our sword that strikes through chaos, that allows us this ability to go out there into the unknown, to explore and to play and to tinker with life, where we don't have to take ourselves so seriously. I think a lot of people take their photography, their life generally, a little bit too seriously. Think of a child waking up in the morning, just eager to catch the sunrise above the horizon, eager to go to the park and play, to pick up rocks, to throw things around, and to explore with their inner curiosity. You know, this is the state of being that we should embark on each and every day as we practice our street photography. And this requires you to voluntarily decide that you want to play. You know, if you think of things as work and you're forcing yourself to do something, well, this becomes involuntary play. And I think as we get older and we age and we start to succumb to societal norms and put ourselves in a box, we start to involuntarily play. We start to force ourselves to do things. But the goal is to go out there with enthusiasm each day. My personal goal is to simply have the enthusiasm to wake up each morning to catch the sunrise. You know, and then through that process of waking up each day with vitality, I simply embrace the spirit of play each day voluntarily because I genuinely love life. I genuinely love photography. I love carrying a camera with me wherever I may be. You know, for this gives me the ability to create upon the world that is my canvas, to create upon the world that is a playground. And so if you start to treat the world like a playground and you're just this big kid with a camera and there's so much possibilities, there's so many different places and people you can interact with and go to, well, then you start to find joy in your everyday life. You start to find joy in your photography in the process of going out there and exploring endlessly. You know, think of the way in which you go into a video game and you interact with an NPC and they give you a quest and there's something to do. You can do this in your everyday life. You can interact with people. You can play the game your own way. You know, in video games, you don't have to follow the script. You know, if I want to find a glitch, I can go underneath Whiterun and Skyrim and steal from the chests and then sell the items back to them if I want to increase my levels in XP. You know, I can do that through baking a JPEG file into my camera and speeding up my process to allow me to be in a perpetual flow state throughout the day. You know, you can find a glitch. You can play the game your own way. You don't have to put yourself in a box and involuntarily play. And so I say, voluntarily play. Don't involuntarily play. Stop treating what you're doing as work and start treating what you do as play.